I forgot Eurovision was tonight at 8 p.m. glorious Greenwich Mean Time. Oops. I love Eurovision, and I always will. And I said last year that I'm expressly out to take Graham Norton's job by just being a sassy dickhead, trying to annoy as many people as I possibly can. Albania kicks off the list strong, and by strong, I mean total shit. It appears the other half of the act is only there to intermittently spank her ass with a drumstick. The Armenia entrant looks like me in any RPG, desperately trying to find a good combination of stats and aesthetics and failing. Looking like gay Winter Soldier, aka the Winter Soldier, he has our first rap breakdown of the video, one of many I feared. Australia brings us Milkshake Man by Gojo. No, not of Jujutsu Kaisen fame, but instead directly out of the van your parents expressly told you not to get into. Depicting the ice cream heroin wars of Glasgow, we have a fearless rendition of what it's like to see through the eyes of a sex offender. Austria's entry was so boring that I too began to long for the same fate of the person in the video, being drowned with a cinder block wrapped around my feet and a rope. Azerbaijan shows us the moment at which Grok AI is given sentience. The engineer, fearful for what he has created, decides to write in a kill switch word, a word that Elon would never say. AKA, am I a bad father? Belgium seeks to claim the crown of gayest entry with a bright red latex suit and Eurotrance. As 1/5 of the Power Rangers, Red Sebastian seeks to do the impossible, make people like Belgium, a truly hopeless endeavour. The Croatian song, known as Poison Cake, which is also what I call my fat arse, decided to do a second rap breakdown of the video, in a silly little puddle, like a country newt. I would say it's in the running for most gay entry, but sadly it just doesn't commit enough. Cyprus shows the harrowing moment that my sleep paralysis demons finally make their move, and attempt to drag me to hell where I belong. I must say this song is dangerously close to being a copyright strike. Czechia shows what looks like a dramatic retelling of Lance Armstrong's cycling doping scandal. Oh, and what's this? A gay dance-off. You have been put on notice, Belgium, and the crown firmly stolen. If you're wondering, this choreography is the exact one I recommend to scare away those pesky sleep paralysis demons. They simply can't handle the sleigh. The Denmark entry does her best to stay professional, as two sleep paralysis demons who were closest to the Vogue dancing lost their minds and proceed to attempt to fuck each other on live TV. Get a room, and not in the corner of mine, thanks. Estonia, with their entry, attempts to dramatise the explicit sexual tension between Harry Potter and Lucian Malfoy. This has big TikTok word-chewing energy in the video, despite being a cool song. Finland are struggling to think of something funny, for on account of fuck all happening. That was until I saw the showrunners unleashing tear gas onto the stage to tell her, hurry it up sister, we've got more interesting things to see. Oh, and I didn't mean France's entry, who continues the time-honoured French tradition of being fucking boring with ballads. Although I do appreciate the ambitious staging of flying above a rugby field in the world's largest sex swing. The Georgian candidate is making far too much eye contact for my autism to handle. I blushingly look away, as she looks like Rhea Ripley at prom. Germany, I think, is cheating, as she's not singing the ah parts. Which, if you slow down, kind of makes it sound like she's telling off a naughty little dog. Greece decided to get very experimental by not doing a pop song or modern rock song, but instead some sleep ASMR. That's how boring it is. It's like that song where you're told to not drive and listen to it because it makes you sleepy. Even the girl in the video is fucking bored. We see the Iceland version of Jedward as they stink up the only venue in all of Iceland. Considering Iceland's long-standing position as a whaling colony, it's just as well, as I'd rather listen to whales die than this again. Dressed like a roast chicken, ready to be popped in the oven, the Irish entry with the song Like Her Party, which I think is that Russian dog who got blasted into space. I don't want to be the one that breaks this to you, Emmy, but she really hopes in the song that Laika still lives and is having a great time in the upper atmosphere. You see, I was a part of the Soviet cosmonaut program with Laika, so I can tell you, she's dead. The last thing I heard over the radio was BIT! I must say, Israel made quite the statement with their entry, telling the story of a misunderstood artillery munition called Shelly, as she embarks on a great adventure of discovery and self-reflection before crashing into a children's hospital and killing all the innocent babies therein. Fuck you. Italy, I think, has some creepypasta monster play music to a girl. The priest is furious, as he thought he was going to be the first to reach the vulnerable child. Latvia shows a group of women who carelessly got their heads stuck in IKEA light fixtures and are taking part in all women's secret desire to join a dancing tree coven. Looking like a Soviet Kurt Cobain if he was a part of Nirvana, the look they are serving is firmly going for meat processing plant mixed with painter and decorator. Here's more evidence that Luxembourg should simply be no more. They are taunting me at this point. They are like, "Look, we are so tiny, but you cannot do nothing about it, Wolf." The woman looks like generational wealth Barbie, and the background dancers like Benidorm bartenders. Malta has their extras hold up a picture of their artist, the same way that my victims' families held up signs with my face crossed out outside the International Criminal Court in 1976. The song, called Serving, holds a grave message regarding Miss Mariana Conti's future as a singer, aka, "Miss, please, just put the fries in the bag." Who let the high school theatre coach overact her way into Eurovision? Letting me know that our battle is far from over, the sleep paralysis demons in the background plot their next move. Netherlands easily had the most relatable video, with our hero Claude vibing his way through a dance routine, only to be met with an existential crisis as a way better dancer completely shows him up. How embarrassing. Oh, it looks like we know who stole the rest of Armenia entrance outfit. Very fitting, Norway, turning up and stealing everyone's valuables. Performing in front of the monolith where the universe sprang from, they used the entirety of Eurovision's budget in fire effects. Poland has one of my favourite moments of this Eurovision, as she ignores the "don't move off this fucking green spot, please," and then proceeds to do it immediately. Then she has some sort of pirate on strings. Portugal sent every indie band ever, as the lead singer sings the chorus "How I Come." San Marino has a total stinker. Apparently singing in the song contest is now optional. The best part of the video is the grandmother, hoping that she picked up a poisonous plant as she tries to end it all. Serbia was boring, the only highlight being the woman having a mental health crisis behind him. Slovenia was too happy. Two people in love, carefully embracing each other. It made me fucking miserable, so here's a cute little dog kicking a baby. Spain gives us Timu Shakira, and that's all I have. I'm not going to try, as they didn't either. Sweden gives us what I can only describe as a national embarrassment, featuring a bunch of naked blokes in a sauna. It doesn't even play for the Gayest Performance Award. What a bunch of cowards. The Swiss clearly don't want to host again, so they send someone out to stand in traffic, about to be hit by a truck and isekai to another world. Ukraine decided to send out Jay from the In-Betweeners if he was a member of the Beatles. The wildflowers in the set were a nice touch. Wild bees being released into the audience as the only way to liven up this shit lineup. It was clever of my native Britain to get ahead of the voting this year with a song called "What the Hell Just Happened." That way they've already put out a statement when we get given 0 points by everyone. I must stress that this is a fictitious depiction of Britain, as none of us are ever this happy. Eurovision review. What the hell just happened? Easily the least gay concert to date, which is a shame. The best part of Eurovision is looking at all the outraged Daily Mail readers, getting to discover parts of the male anatomy that they could only dream of in their repressed fantasies. Now let's have a look at the Wolf Awards, aka the Wolfies. The best verse was Croatia Poison Cake. Take a bite of my poison cake. Been cooking in my cauldron late. The best dance breakdown, Czechia, Kiss Kiss Goodbye. The Uh-Oh, Gringe Award.
Oh no, Gringe.
Estonia, Espresso Macchiato. Best chorus, also Estonia. The Stinker Award is between Iceland and Luxembourg. If I was forced to decide between the two, one rifle, one bullet, and the choice of both targets, I'd simply take a moment to consider and then properly put the gun in my own mouth and pull the trigger. The next award is Biggest War Criminals, and that goes to the Israeli government. It's pretty fucking cheeky sending someone to sing about peace and the future with things as they are right now. It's a bit like Stalin coming out to do a ballad about how terrible gulags are, or Trump coming out to sing a little ditty about not cheating on your pregnant wife. The winner, who cares? Germany or maybe Norway? 3 out of 10. Bye.